Hi everyone, Malcolm Brody here again from Human Vortex Training, here to talk to you about where to spend your money this time of year. A lot of people right now are looking at equipment, looking for bikes or swimsuits or just general equipment. Upgrading wheels is common. Now there are a couple different places that I really want to encourage you guys to look at purchasing or putting your money rather than purchasing things, because unless you're at that top third in your age group or you've really hired a coach and made huge increases in your abilities this past winter, there are only really three places you should think about putting your money. The first is a power meter. I've been training my athletes here at Human Vortex Training since day one on power. Power Tap is what I use. I know the Vector pedals are supposed to come out this spring. Now it's pushed back to summer. You can get a Cork, you can get an SRM. There are different power meters out there. And that would be one where if you're really looking to focus your training and get the most out of your time, especially for those of you who are time crunched, instead of purchasing just a race wheel set, purchase a power meter and race with it. Just trust me on this. Find a coach, read Training and Racing with a Power Meter by Hunter Allen and Andy Kogan. Personally recommend finding a good coach to hire, someone who's been working with power for at least 3 or 4 years, because there's a big learning curve for that. But purchase a power meter. That's one of the best things you can do for your bike and to focus your training. Now, as far as bike and wheels go, really, unless you're the top third of your age group or you're really looking to jump in abilities for next year, I wouldn't necessarily recommend purchasing a new bike. Or if if you're one of those people who knows what they like in their bike now, you've ridden the same bike for 3 or 4 years, yeah, then it's time to put the money in the bike. Or if you're riding on a borrowed bike or a bike you brought out from the basement or the garage last year, it had a lot of problems, didn't really fit you, didn't feel good, then it's time to look at spending that money on the bike. But the top two places that you should be spending the money this time of year that a lot of people overlook is a bike fit is number two. Number two is bike fit. The reason that's important is because you're coming into a lot of people with their foundation or the middle of their foundation, so your body's had some chance to adapt and progress from last year. Hopefully you've been doing some trunk strengthening exercises, maybe some yoga or Pilates, but this is the time of year that you want to look at a bike fit. I personally like to strongly encourage my athletes to go get a bike fit this time of year, so January, February, March, then again in April, May, and then again 2 to 3 weeks before their peak event, because your body changes while you're on the bike. So something really important that a lot of people think, I get one bike fit when I purchase a bike and that's it. No. The problem with that is that your body's always changing. The only thing constant in life is change, whether it's your body or your mind or whatever it may be. So a bike fit is a fluid thing, and it's some of the best $200-300 you can spend depending on the bike fitter. So bike fit is number two. Number one, nutrition. Instead of purchasing a $1,000 wheel set brand new, and don't get me wrong, I like Zip Firecrest 404s, I think they're awesome, or 303s. Unless you're really looking for that edge because you're at the top and you need that little bit of extra edge, or if you're on really, really flexy wheels or wheels that you've had a problem with, or equipment you've had a problem with, if the equipment's working, no matter how much you change the bike or the equipment, it doesn't matter. Because your body is the piece of equipment that you're using all the time. If you take that $1,200, let's say, that you could spend on a wheel set, that's $200 more between now and August, or March and September, that you can spend on groceries, on healthy food. I just came back from Trader Joe's, and this is the time of year where I really load up on fruits and vegetables, because it's the end of winter. It's hard to eat a healthy, balanced diet. There's a lot more fruits and vegetables coming into season. I just spent a good bit on a week's and a half worth of groceries, $105, which is a lot for me. Usually my grocery bills is $35, $40 because I'm on a budget like everybody else. But right now is the time of year that instead of purchasing a wheel set, I'm selling a wheel set. And I'm not trying to put myself out of business here. I'm selling a Xerium wheel set for $750 that I purchased for $900. I never touched the road, but I thought about selling that and getting a bike, but I realized, you know what? I can sell those and I can eat better, a lot better, for 4.5 months. That's an extra $150 for 4 months. That's a lot. Well, 5 months. That's a lot of money more on groceries. So what did I buy? Did I buy chips? Did I buy cookies? No. I bought a bag of grapefruit, a bag of miniolas, which are a cross between tangerines and grapefruits, which are phenomenal, 2 bags of apples, bananas, all this great fruits and vegetables and healthy food that you can help fuel yourself better so you can recover faster, perform better, and push yourself harder. The bike doesn't matter. The swimsuit is the only thing that really sticks out there if you're going to do a couple cold races or you're really going to need it for your peak race. But spend that extra money on nutrition instead. Treat yourself right. Don't go out and spend it on a Big Mac. I have friends who are endurance athletes that eat worse than friends that don't do any athletics at all and sit around all day. The people that are not in athletics are a lot more concerned with their nutrition because they know they're not getting exercise. Whereas some of my friends and even clients and athletes are eating even worse. They'll go out, well, I rode 4 miles yesterday, or 4 hours and 100 miles yesterday, so I can eat whatever the hell I want because it's calories. What you put in your mouth affects you. There's an inflammatory response to food. The long-term effect, there's plaque, there's so many different things that if you just take the time and eat right and spend a little bit more this time of year and any time, your incredible machine that is your body will get better. So that's where you want to think about spending the money right now, unless you have an old bike, a bike that doesn't fit, you've never been bike fit. As long as your bike is working for you last year, don't get focused or hypnotized by the new flashy wheels or the new bike. If your bike's less than 2 years old, unless you're on a sponsor team, you're okay. You can get a second year or a third year out of it, and you know, maybe you do need a new wheel set. Only you know that. But the point is that think ahead. Think about your body being the #1 machine you need to take care of, because it's not just there for in sport, but it's there for out of sport. Even the professionals that I coach and that I work with, they're out there doing their workouts, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day. Mountain climbers, 8, 9 hours a day. But what are you doing away from your sport? You're being, hopefully being and not doing. You're being yourself. You're trying to be healthy and set an example. Treat this machine right, and it doesn't matter. It's not about the bike. It's about what you fuel yourself, how you recover, and how you are up here. If you want to hear more about this, I'm doing a lecture this Monday, February 27th, at the Pro Bikes location on Shady and Forbes. It's on Forbes Avenue, up the street from Little's, on the top 3 things endurance athletes can do to help them achieve better performance in sport and improve their life satisfaction. So come on down. I'm personally inviting you to come and hear that speech. There'll be segments up here on YouTube, but not all of it. I do want you to come down and experience that because it's about the atmosphere. So have a great weekend. Remember, train smarter, not harder, and purchase those healthy groceries. Spend that money on that. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys on Monday night, 7 p.m., February 27th at Pro Bikes location on Forbes Avenue. Have a great weekend.